Hello. We are on this is 4 of digging in my yard until we don't find bricks. This is what I have dug out so far. It is all brick under my grass. Why is there brick under my grass? It's an excellent question, people. Excellent question. I try to give a little recap at the beginning of these. Also, I got a proper microphone, so hopefully you can hear me a little better. And I can actually talk while I'm working now, which means you're going to hear me out of breath. But over the time that we've had this house, so about the last little over a year, anytime I dig outside for something, planting something, anything like that, I find brick all over. I found it there, found it here, I found it up front, like on the side by the driveway. I found it in the front by the road, found it on the front, like in the middle of the freaking yard. I have no idea. I don't know why. And it's not all the same kind of brick. So the other day, I was over here trying to dig out for some better drainage for this gutter and ran into brick again. And I was like, you know what? Every time I've run into brick so far, I have just dug out the brick in the area that I'm in, wondered why the hell I keep on finding brick, and then moved on. So the other day when I ran into brick, I decided I'm just going to lean into this and dig until I don't find brick anymore. I'm just going to dig out a whole path, see what it looks like. If I like it, I'll keep it. Or if it's not a path and it's a I don't know. Honestly, I keep on finding brick. I don't know what it could be. I'm assuming it's a pathway. Maybe it's not. Only time will tell. But I'm just going to dig it, and if I like what I find, I'll keep it. If not, I'll take the bricks out and use them to build something else. Maybe a chicken coop for the ladies. Which, I mean, chickens are pretty cool birds. This is the ADHD conversation part, which since I got a proper mic, I can talk to fill the time rather than having you listen to the shovel, which, I mean, on one hand has some artistic I don't know the word I'm looking for because it is not even 7 a.m. But I like the quasi ASMR feel of it, but it'd be a little much when you get that little quasi ASMR feel for 15 minutes. So oh, did you guys find a worm? Good job. Anyway, like I said, chickens are really interesting birds. Interesting as birds in general. Also interesting as a domesticated species that we keep. They're obviously very, very popular because they're very easy. As long as you've got space for a chicken, obviously they've got a lot more space than a chicken even needs. Now, you can keep a chicken in a proper size coop and a run, and they will live just fine and produce eggs. I don't think they'll be as happy, if happy is a feeling chickens have. Content? I don't know. As if they've got more space to be able to free range and stuff like that. My yard is fenced in, and we've got dogs, so we don't really have an issue back here with any kind of your typical predators, foxes, raccoons, stuff like that, they do stay locked up in the coop at night and all of that, so I'm not like completely rolling the dice. But during the day, I don't really have any issues. And the only thing that's like concerned me was like hawks, but it's all like probably 50% tree covered over here. So it hasn't been a problem. It's not to say it can't be. It's very possible I come out and I've lost a chicken to a hawk. And that's something I'm prepared for. And if that happens, I might have to rethink the free range situation. But thus far, it's worked pretty decent. We're still hitting bricks, people. We are still digging. And the rule is I fill the wheelbarrow with one full load of dirt. And the ultimate question is going to be, is this a path? Did somebody just lay down a bunch of like, maybe they just had extra bricks and they just put the bricks on the ground, not intending it to be anything, and eventually like just earth grew over it? Is it a purposeful path? Is it something else? The width doesn't seem consistent. I don't know. And then there's some spots like here, right, where we've got some bricks that are raised up. So I'm not sure what's going on or why. It does make me think of like a recent obsession of mine has been construction quality of US homes versus European ones, especially like older European, but European in general. Because US homes are not typically masonry built. In Florida and like some other like really hurricane prone areas, you might see like a bottom floor being like cinder block. And then the interior is going to be studs and stuff. But like it is not uncommon in Europe for a home to be completely masonry built, where you've got on the interior walls, they're plaster instead of drywall over stone or brick. And that's just not something that we get very often here in America. And I'll be interested to see how many American homes actually last to be as old as some European ones. Obviously, there hasn't been just enough time in America for us to have 800-year-old, 1,000-year-old homes. That's gonna take time, folks. And we haven't been around that long. But something just tells me that these stick-built homes are not going to stand that test of time. But, like I said, only time will tell. Yes, ma'am. May I help you? I have not discovered any additional wormies. May I interest you in other parts of the yard that I'm not currently digging in? Uh-huh, I hear you. All right. Hit another one of my little second layer of brick. But anyway, yeah, so the construction of European homes versus American homes, something that's been like really, really interesting me. And I wasn't sure, still I'm not like 100% sure, on like, start talking about European homes, and you talk about like plumbing and electrical and stuff like that, and how you install it in an older home, right? But I'm also interested in like newer homes and how they do all of that and still use masonry construction, because I feel like we should be doing that here. Because a big reason I know why like Europe does that is A, the longevity of masonry built homes is longer, right? But also they don't have the forest that the US does. Like a big reason why the US homes can be stick built is because we've had a lot of wood, and Europe has not had a lot of wood for a good long while. Mostly because of, people. And clear cutting the forest, probably, for building things. So, because of that, American homes can be stick built because we have more wood here. However, not always going to be the case. And you can pretty much tell that by, if you look at the quality of 2x4 in an older stick-built home, let's say the mid 20th century, to the curved wood forest bowl that you find at a Home Depot or a Lowe's today, and you'll see that the wood quality has gone down significantly. And that's because we're not cutting down old growth trees nearly as much for that, because there aren't nearly as many old growth trees for us to do that. Because it turns out old growth trees have to grow old, and that takes time. So, come on, root. I'm not trying to chop you too hard. So we wind up having a lot of tree farms that grow like pine at a rapid rate. And because it's being grown so rapidly, the quality of the pine, if you look at like the size of the rings inside the wood and all of that, has gone down significantly. And something tells me our days of being able to build stick-built homes are numbered. At least stick-built homes that are like solid and reliable, because these days, like I said, what you can find is all of that curved BS 2x4. And you might say, when you go to Home Depot, you're looking through the 2x4s. I do this, right? I'm like, I don't want a curved ass 2x4 for the project I'm doing. I want as straight a piece I can get, which good luck, right? But that's what I look for. You know who doesn't look for that? Builders. Builders don't look for that. Builders will get a big load of 2x4s and use them in your home, because most builders are trying to be profitable, so they're going to buy the wood, obviously in bulk, but as cheap as they can get it, which means as low quality as possible. So if you've got a newer home in the US, it's still stick built, but now it's stick built with really, really crappy sticks. Anyway, it's enough of my home building materials rant for today. Let me show you guys where we're at with our project. So we dug out this. Sea chickens, they're helping with a little bit of excavation and foraging, but we're still running into brick this way. I don't know what this is over here. I haven't fully dug it out to know. I keep on doing that. To know if it's like an edge, like a sidewall that's like jagged for some reason, if it's literally just bricks stacked up, which is what I think it is, but have not confirmed yet. So like we've got some, and it's like you can see double high from what we've got here. So I'm not sure. I'm stopping at those right now, and I'm gonna dig them out probably in the next few days, and then we'll see if like under and behind them is more brick like this, or if it's just dirt and those are like legitimately marking the edge in some way. So yeah, that's where we're at so far. Let me show you a full view of the project thus far. So that's where we're at, and I'll see you tomorrow. I still have plenty of brick to dig.